Welcome to my digital exhibit presentation. In this presentation, it will be broken up into two parts. The first part will focus on Hermitage Castle and the historical role it played in border conflict. The second part of my digital exhibit will focus on the Johnstone clan and its role in the Scottish border history. For part 1, Hermitage Castle will serve as the main location due to it directly connecting to the violent, unstable, and defensive nature of border life. The Hermitage Castle is located in the Scottish border, became a valuable place to be utilized as a source of control, defense, and survival in a politically fractured and violent environment. The structure looks very intimidating. The castle has thick stone walls, a harsh exterior, along with a large arched entryway, and is built like a fortress, showing its imposing presence. Hermitage Castle was built in 1240 AD by Nicholas de Selous. The first phase of its design was based on a Norman Motte and Bailey pattern before the structure was later fortified and reinforced due to dark accusations of witchcraft in the area and an alleged attempted plot to murder King Robert I of Scotland. The Hermitage Castle would become known not only for its strategic role in border conflicts, but also for the mystery and uneasy legends tied to political violence and witchcraft. Hermitage Castle was deeply connected to the violence of border conflict because the Scottish borders were filled with reveres who were known for raiding, brutal murders, and repeated acts of vicious revenge. In this chaotic world, the Hermitage Castle served as a place for defense, safety, and control. The castle had gained a respected reputation for its protection from the unforgiving reality of frontier violence. With part 2, I'll be focusing on history and identity of Clan Johnstone, a clan that would play role in the Scottish borders during a violent and unstable time, starting with this crest. The symbol would show the family's lasting reputation, identity, and its place in the rough border world. The crest itself presents a bold and powerful appearance with its dark cross against the light shield. It also has red and gold decorative elements, giving it a noble and memorable look. The motto connected to the crest states Nunquam non preparatus, meaning never unprepared, which connects the emblem to the clan's historical image as being resilient, aggressive, strong, tactical, and extremely strategic. The Johnstone clan's tartan adds another visual symbol to symbolize the family's identity, place in Scottish history. The repeated woven pattern helps the tartan look memorable and distinctive, which allows it to stand as a respected symbol of the family's heritage, pride, and identity. The history of the Johnstone clan can be traced back all the way to the late 12th and early 13th century. The earliest known roots came from Annandale, and over time they would become to be known as one of the most feared and influential clans in the region. As the clan grew in strength, they built their reputation by becoming deeply involved in some of the most intense and feared rivalries in border history, especially against the Black Douglases and Maxwell clan. The Black Douglas was one of the strongest Scotland clans nationally, and the Maxwells were a major regional power. The Johnstone clan would prove itself as being able to take on these major powers by not just fighting them, but defeating the Maxwells at the Battle of Dry Sands in 1593, and helping the Crown bring down the Black Douglas in 1455 AD at Arkenholm. The rivalry with the Maxwells was significant because it was not a minor dispute. It reflected a fight over land, authority, and influence over one of the most violent regions in Scotland. The Battle of Dry Sands showed that the Johnstones were more than capable of defeating a major rival. That victory greatly increased their intimidating image and status in the region. It also reinforced their already existing image as a clan, specializing in calculated revenge, harsh border warfare, and the ability to dominate and survive. The clan's victory over the Black Douglases showed that the Johnstons were not limited to border feuds, but were far more capable of defeating larger clans that affected national stability and the wider political balances of Scotland. Through these rivalries, the Johnstones developed a lasting reputation of being one of the most feared, influential, and respected clans on the borders. The Scottish borders was a harsh and violent place shaped by constant war, violence, and disorder. Through this chaos rose a Clan Johnstone, a clan that relied on loyalty, strength, being hyper-aggressive, and an innate ability to survive the harshest conditions. The region was dominated with family feuds, raids, and weak royal authority, leading to clans having to protect their own land by force. In this society, getting revenge was often necessary for survival because weakness could lead to a damaged reputation, repeated attacks, and loss of land. Due to these harsh conditions, Clan Johnstone developed into a terrifying clan to come across. But they would never let loyalty or family leave their sights because it was central to survive in that world. In many ways, the clan came to reflect the fierce and constant conflict that shaped the Scottish borders. The Border Revere world was made up of skilled clans and powerful families on both the English and Scottish sides, and the Johnstone clan was one of the most notable names in the Border world. Other major clans would include the Elliots, the Armstrongs, and the Maxwell clans. What made the Revere world so unique was that it operated through a culture of raiding, kin loyalty, constant war along the Anglo-Scottish border. For the Johnstone clan, they fit naturally into that world because of its violent nature and harsh way of life. The clan operated with the same qualities that kind of conflict demanded. They were exceptional raiders, tacticians, and fighters, and they knew how to answer threats with intense violence. Because of this, they were more than just another border clan. They helped define, influence, and control that world. The legacy of the Johnstone clan still lives on through a powerful name. Close ties to the Scottish border, symbols like the tartan and family crest. I would even go a step further to say this clan's image still lasts today through its descendants, many of whom continue to carry its name with honor in different parts of the world. In conclusion, this digital exhibit has shown how both the Hermitage Castle and the Johnstone clan were central to the unstable and conflict-driven world. Together, they reveal the darker nature of the Scottish borders and the history that formed its identity. Being a Johnstone descendant, I love researching this topic. My family is something I'm proud of, but I started thinking while writing this yesterday, and I asked myself, is this something I'd be okay with happening in the world today? I sat there and thought, no, but for the time I understood why they had to live that way. What stayed with me the most is a lesson, and I'll never forget this lesson, that history is truly brutal, and the people who lived during this time did what they had to do to survive. I think many of us take this for granted because we live in a world where we can walk to the store and get a snack or drink. Back then, people fought violently for every inch of food resource they had, and I think that is something we should be grateful for from our ancestors.